Replacing an old vanity is a great update to your bathroom, providing both storage space and a stylish focal point. In the next 3 videos, we'll show you step by step how to install a vanity in your bathroom, including tips and tricks to make the process easier. So whether you're looking to update your whole bathroom or just want a new look for the vanity, you can do it yourself with just a few tools and save yourself some money in the process. Hi, my name is Phil, and my wife Amy and I are fixing an old house. This video is part 1 about installing a new vanity cabinet. In part 2, we will install a tile backsplash, and in part 3, we will install the plumbing. The first step in installation was to mark on the wall where the vanity would go. This allowed us to measure the location of the hot and cold water, as well as the drain. We transferred the measurements to the back of the vanity cabinet. Keep in mind, these have to be the reverse on the back of the vanity cabinet as they are on the wall. We measured carefully, and Amy checked my work, which was a good thing because we made a couple of adjustments. Do yourself a favor and measure twice, because after you drill a hole, it's pretty hard to move that hole. Marking the top and bottom of a pipe helps you bracket the top and bottom of a hole. Of course, you need to make your holes a bit larger than the pipes, not only to allow for error, but also to allow you to adjust the position of the vanity and to shim it level. The collars you put around the pipe will cover those holes and also stop critters from going in and out. While we were drawing on the wall, we went ahead and marked the locations of the studs in the wall so we could transfer those lines to the inside of the cabinet. That meant when we screwed the vanity to the wall, it would be held strongly in place. Hey, that reminds me, when we were building that wall, Amy shot me with the nail gun. She said she thought I was a stud. Amy used a couple of hole saws to drill the holes for the water and the drain. Each hole was started at the back but finished from the front to avoid ugly tear out. Hole saws have a pilot drill bit which makes a hole in the center of the cutout, so it makes drilling from both sides a simple task. If you are installing cabinets or a vanity, you can use a spirit level, or if you plan to do tile around your bathtub or on your floor, or especially if you are remodeling the whole house, get yourself a laser level and a tripod to mount it on. Or if you ask around, you probably know someone who has one. Use the laser level to not only level the cabinet side to side, but also front to back at the same time. The laser line has a width a little over 1/16 of an inch wide. With a little patience, you can split the line of the laser with the front of the cabinet, and you can see the line on the wall where the back of the cabinet needs to line up. Since the walls and floors in an old house are not plumb and square, you often have to shim the back of the cabinet to avoid pulling it out of square when you screw it to the wall. Leveling a cabinet, whether it's a vanity or a row of kitchen cabinets, can be a bit of a pain because when you adjust one shim, the whole cabinet moves, so you have to go back around and adjust the other shims. But with a bit of patience and a critical eyeball, we leveled it in a short time and screwed it to the wall. It's a similar process with a spirit level. Level the cabinet front to back and side to side, and check the side to side level at the front and the back. If the cabinet is level, you should be able to set the level in any position at the front, back, and even diagonally, and it should read level. To use a spirit level, close one eye and look at the bubble straight on so the lines on either side look like lines, not like ovals. And then shim the cabinet until the bubble is evenly between those lines. Cabinet screws are usually brass colored and have a washer-style head. This allows them to hold the cabinet securely, and they actually don't look too bad inside the cabinet. For some cabinet installations, we also use a type of finishing screw called a trim head screw in spots where we want the screw head to be less visible. Trim head screws can pull through the thin plywood used for the back of most cabinets, so only use them in thicker parts of the cabinet carcass. For example, in our kitchen cabinets, we used trim head screws through the inside corner of the cabinet at an angle so that we could hit a stud and hold the cabinet more securely. We made sure that the shims at the back of the cabinet lined up with studs where we could, so we could screw through them. That's important. If you shim out the back of the cabinet and then screw into other spots that are not supported by shims, you will distort the back of the cabinet, which will throw everything out of square, and you could inadvertently twist the front of the cabinet so the doors and drawers don't fit right. After drilling through the shims, we cut them flush. The final touch in installing a vanity cabinet is to install the toe board or toe kick. This covers the gap at the bottom under the cabinet and usually also covers the edges of the plywood used to make the vanity. If the floor is not perfectly flat and level, you need to sand that board to match the contours of the floor. Here are two tricks. If the gap is in the middle, use a compass or dividers set to the maximum width of the gap to trace the contour of the floor onto the board and then sand to the line you traced. If the gap is at either side, set the board up on a couple of blocks and set your compass to the thickness of that block and trace the contour of the floor onto the board. In this drawing, I'm exaggerating the contour so you can see what I mean. Once you have the contour marked, sand up to the pencil line and then test fit and adjust if needed. Keep in mind you want to match the floor. There will be a gap between the top of the toe kick and the overhang of the cabinet, but nobody can see that gap, so it's fine. So we'll do the ends, and that's all it needs, and it'll go dark. No one will see that at all. You can use construction adhesive to permanently attach the toe board to the vanity, or if you have a brad nailer, you can secure it with brads. I will fill that in and no one will ever see it. We'll use a wax pen, and that's done. After we installed the cabinet, the folks from our local stone yard delivered and installed the top. We went ahead and had them do it because it was relatively cheap. We found an amazing piece of green granite that was a remnant of someone's much larger project, and it was perfect for the small vanity in our master bathroom. We had it cut to size and installed on our vanity by our supplier, who used a silicone adhesive to glue it to the top of the cabinet, and then they used diamond hole saws to cut out the hole for the vessel sink and the faucet. Now that you've successfully installed a brand new bathroom vanity, not only have you improved the look of your bathroom, but you've also gained valuable DIY skills. Remember, if you run into any issues or have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you enjoyed this video, or even if you were hoping we would send you a t-shirt, please like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the bell icon next to the word subscribe so you never miss an upload. And if you were hoping to learn how to instill a sense of self-worth, don't worry, you'll have one by the time you're done remodeling your bathroom. Thanks for watching.